Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Séance at Blake Manor. I hope it's the last episode. I'm at least planning on it to be, so it might be longer than an hour, we'll see. First thing first, we will use the hourglass to jump to 8 PM, because I have nothing else to do. So let's jump to the silent dinner. And yeah, everyone except Mr. what's his name? Coventry? Was it Coventry? Yeah. Everyone except Mr. Coventry and Mr. Offen is safe, but I'm guessing Mr. Offen doesn't count because he got kidnapped.
Mr. Ward, will you be joining the silent dinner?
I will.
A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different to the other meals. Silent being the operative word here. No talking, please, unless you'd like to upset our guests, and they're unnerved by staring, so none of that. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall, though of course your food has already been prepared. Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a deeply spiritual event. If you feel the need to leave, that's fine, but don't disturb anyone. That should be all, if you'll allow me to show you to your seat.
Ghosts? Lord save me. I cannot get used to this. Laura? She returned for this, despite being freed. Mrs. Lau's husband. Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away?
Oh, giving him the cold shoulder.
Alexander Quinn? I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat. What is this? There is a key here. The note reads, Blake residence now. Mrs. Joyce, I assume.
Yes.
Perhaps it's a good time to investigate, since the Marquess and most of the guests appear to be here.
Okay, so that's how we're getting the key. I thought we'd have dinner and then... Okay, we still missed half an hour. Alright, let's go. No music is just as creepy music. Okay. That's if I go through the basement. Got it. Okay. I really am. I feel like I'm getting a heart attack because there's no music. There's less than an hour to the seance. Entering the Blake residence is the point of no return. I am confident that the knowledge you have gained about the culprit and suspects thus far. Yeah. What's going on here? It's all boarded up. Mr. Josh was right. Things are not right here. Yo, time is weird. Okay, wait. Didn't that say talk to Master Blake? Oh, did that mean the senior? Alright, well, I thought it meant the junior. Defaced family portrait. A locked door. Armor, okay. Chair. Debris. Draft of invites for a handful of participants. Only of Finn, Dean, and Trentorani's names are here. So it was Blake after all. These papers, the scrawlings on them are largely indecipherable and many pages are ruined from liquid being spilled on them. Gather mystics, Seance will channel their life energy, psychic jolt when the veil is at its thinnest. Open the portal, wake the god from its sleep. Each letter S has been drawn over in red ink. What state of mind was he in? What state of mind is he in? Your empty bottle. This must be to allow Walter Blake to move between floors. Holy hell, this is creepy as fuck. Portrait of the Blake family. There's another one of these in the art room, if I remember correctly. They look quite similar. A locked gate. A lab. Not sure if I like the sound of that. Secret laboratory. It looks to be a sort of lineage map. It starts with 3 names from long ago: Eberfin, Amagen, and Eramon. It works its way down then to modern times. At the bottom, many names are struck out, but 2 are circled: Evelyn Deane and Domhnall O'Finn. The 3rd lineage has been erased after the name Grain ni Imugin. Who's the 3rd bloodline? I would say it's either the Blakes, Montrovani, or me. The gate is sealed by 3 locks, each requiring the blood of the Milesian who locked it. I'm guessing not Montrovani then. Either what the Blake scene originally. Okay, maybe I'm more involved in this than I thought. Schematics for some kind of machine that harnesses lightning at some end. This book seems to be part science, part occult, an attempt to marry the two. I can't begin to imagine what this represents. Whatever meaning this may have, it's lost on me. I understand the text as a whole, but some parts of this have been circled. 47, 53, 26. Set of circled numbers I found inside a strange book. 47, 53, 26 in that order. From the notes, these seem to be ancient scrolls of dark magic. Records of experiments. I'm not knowledgeable enough to wholly make sense of them, but they seem... Personal records of the Blakes, including various journals and other accountants over the years. Jars full of human organs and animals preserving in strange fluid. The delusion of generations. A smear would not be enough to open the gate, and a drop could be wasted to ensure success. Then a note, the blood must be fresh. They cannot perish before exsanguination. Yeah, okay. A range of scientific equipment, but I cannot make out the specifics of the experiment, if indeed these are all related to one project. Working on distilling power from blood. Periodic table with names, aberrations, and details of the elements. I wonder if these are related to the ringed numbers in the mathematics book. So that was 74. $74, 53, 26. $74 a we W? What's 24? I don't even know what that is. 24. $26 is Fe. Is that iron? I don't even know. 74. 53. 53 is I. $74, 53, 26. Wife? Okay, that spell wife. Technology bus use. Must be a code here. Which buttons in what order? Are the floorboards shaking? Financials, including land and other assets. Blueprint of the grounds. It seems he was looking for something hidden there. Books written in many languages, now which I can read. Nothing in the trash. Is this a shrine to Mary Blake? I don't think I should touch anything in here. So I'm really not touching anything, I'm just walking through. Oh boy. Why are there gates here? Why are they locked? Seems to be the Blake lineage, back as far as Edward Blake, the man who built this place and planted his family here. It looks like one branch of the family has been erased. I cannot make out any names, but from this they would be cousins of the Marquis. An account stating that once he had taken the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself on the chieftain's daughter. Ooh. Her name was Grain Nyamurigin, and she bore him a son. Thus was the Blake line carried on, intertwined with the people of this place. There is no record of what happened to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. Books on Irish mythology, magic, and the old ways. Sections on Tirnanong have been circled as the land of eternal youth, the Irish afterlife. Scroll across this, we will send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been repeatedly circled in red ink. Spy, SPI? Just light. Am I missing something? Simple projector. It's casting light in the wall, but without any slides, there's no picture to be seen. I have to find slides now. Listing of all Blake family birth records with all names marked off but two, Jonathan Blake and Walter Blake. Across the pages is scrawled, it must be. Has Blake been sleeping here? Just a wall, granted a well-lit one. Okay, now where do I find slides, huh? Let's say find the safe code. Holy hell, this is so creepy. If there's a spirit here that wants my help... Let's go back into the lab. So I need slides, huh? Research for various contraptions like the voltaic battery in the telegraph room. Assortment of chemicals and poisons. I so wanna get out of here. It's locked and hasn't been opened in a while, so I suspect there's nothing I need from here. You can turn to face the wall, okay. Is this fresh? Please, no. Okay, so I need slides for the projector and to open the safe. I can't find them. So, what now? Oh, at SPI? Spy. Here, let me try something. I'm not gonna touch anything in here. This is so creepy. The loading screen always makes me worried that something will have happened. Okay. So it's S, P, and I. Oh wait, the elements? I thought letters of the alphabet, but maybe it's elements again. And I have to go through this room. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to go through this. Okay. So S is 16. P is 15. And Y is 39. Let's see if that's the code for the save. You know, alternatively we're thinking it could be letters of the alphabet. You know, S being the, I don't know, 18th letter of the alphabet or something like that. But since we've had elements before, again having to go through these creepy rooms. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Okay, it's just a game, Pexy, it's just a game. I'm going to turn the dial left for the first number. Panel protectors lights. Oh my god, that was actually it. And this is stone with a hole carved in the center. Why would this be in the safe? The note says, these hackstones will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. Stars? Is there a powder hidden among the stars? Oh yeah. If I adjust the dials and see if a solution will make itself clear. Okay. I've seen this before in my dreams. I wonder. This is the same shape I've seen in my dreams. I wish I hadn't expected that. What are you hiding, Marcus? I'm pretty sure I don't want to know. I seem to be in an empty closet. Pairs of different sized children's shoes awaiting breaking in. The wall has sealed itself up, there's no going back. Why do I think that Walter's dead? Like, is he? Somebody's coming.
My boy, it is time. I know this is hard for you. But think of your mother. Your sacrifice will bring her back to us.
Sacrificing the son to bring the mother back. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And bring you back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored. You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. They're ready for you at the séance.
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
Okay, yeah, the chair's empty.
Oh, young master, you look so smart. His mother would be so proud.
What in the ever-loving...
She will be, yes. We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
The chair was empty. But both the Marquez and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't.
Ghost?
Were they under another spell? Is Walter Blake even real? Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the manor.
Pristine toys, strewn about as if they've been used, but absolutely pristine. Our children spoke about a little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. The pages are stuck together like it's brand new. Stories about a little boy's adventure on the hunt for long lost treasure. There's no indication that it's ever been opened. Maybe she was pregnant when she died? A collection of short stories for small children, each imparting a biblical lesson. It's completely untouched, and yet it's lying on the floor as if though it had been read. Tales of a Little White Rabbit and the Value of Being Kind. I can't imagine it's ever been read. A dog on wheels. No race in its leash. No paint off its wheels. The meals are untouched and cold, but they are fresh, prepared earlier today. Painting of Mary Blake. A riding horse. Its polish isn't even scratched. Yeah, so either the son never existed or he died with the mother. Like, that makes so little sense. That portrait, I wonder. Jonathan Blake. He looks younger here and more content. There's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger? Sorrow? I cannot tell.
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher. Newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him.
It's a perfect forgery and easy to miss, but Walter Blake has only recently been pinned into Blake family.
He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquez and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
Mary Blake, her expression is unhappy. Yeah, maybe she was pregnant when she died. Or it's really that the Marquez is just absolutely obsessed with continuing his line. But then why doesn't he just marry a new woman? Okay, Blake residence. Jonathan Blake intends to sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess. But the paintings of him, they are very real. He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it. How can that be? This level of replication, not just here but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist. I have picked up another fact about the culprit. I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate as a result. And if not, what investigating can I do to allow me to learn some useful facts about the suspects?
Mr. of Blake residence. Walter Blake is not real. A skilled painter has been adding him to paintings. Walter Blake cannot be saved. Walter Blake is not a real boy, but some form of mass hallucination that the Marquis and the staff are experiencing. This ritual doesn't seem like anyone's going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Deane. I need to get out there and stop it. Okay, so it's either Coventry or Blake. I have no idea if Blake can paint. Maybe. Lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get out to Hatchmates and put a stop to this before it's too late. Oh, are we teleported?
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
It looks like they have begun. It's an empty space. There's a bunch of empty spaces, luckily. It's for me, waiting for me. Shouldn't keep them waiting any longer. Alright, now nothing.
To come forth, be witnessed by us, be heard by us. Age posco. Nego te recusare.
Good lord.
Yep, and Miss Mantovani is dead. my protection. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm okay. But Camilla, she's... And the others, I don't know. No, they are all... Everyone's here is protected. Other than that one dude. Apprehend the suspect. Yo...
What are those things? Are they Fae?
Okay. That was the wrong direction. Can I try that again? Okay, yeah. It's gotta be it, right? Latest. Auto save. Okay, I'm guessing, yeah, we're here. Alive, I'm okay. Camilla, she's the others, I don't know.
What are those things? Are they Fae? She goes this way. But how? My head.
Speak your name to enter.
It wants the culprit's name. But who?
I'm gonna say it's Blake. It also could be Coventry. Okay. Okay, my gut says Blake. He's wanting his late wife, but the facts say Coventry. Oh, he really is. The bastard. Then I'm glad I didn't save him. Next I missed Dean, this is where it was brought. Pile of papers?
A collection of papers. A birth certificate. And a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here.
Oh, so he did all this thing because he is heir.
His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake's father. Henry's mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world. All he had were his father's notes, the notes that resulted in his death, among them the sigil. He spent much of his life studying the occult, to make sense of the sigil, and eventually much older he returned to the manor, armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets. He had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds. He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Guivnu, locked in a deep sleep. The god's dreams already coloured by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images. And Guivnu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother. Because to unlock the gate he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline. The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son. The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward, to have his youth returned. He will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
A sigil fell out of the pile. Looks like a photograph of Walter Blake, but the writing on the back says Henry Blake, 1836. Here lies Norman Blake, died in Church Cave in 1805-1836, where it says, buried as he lived, alone, is scratched over frantically. Bed with research materials on it. Was Coventry sleeping down here before the event? Yeah, there's Norman Blake, died in Church Cave in... Okay, it says the same on both sides, interesting. Various paintings of Walter Blake at Coventry must have discarded for whatever mistake he feared people would see through. Reference photographs has Henry Blake 1840 written on the back. What's in the ritual I found on Miss Deane's bed? Miss Dauphins too. Some rough notes. A friend recognized me after all these years. He was only a child when I visited his camp seeking their wisdom. Even my own flesh and blood didn't know me. In hindsight, I was probably memorable enough, and a wealthy outsider coming to ask after a god. I shouldn't have panicked and attacked him though. That was risky. What if he outed me? Thankfully I played in those catacombs as I learned, and know all their secrets. My back is in agony today for it. I've taken most of the bottle to ease the pain. But tonight, back troubles will be the future problem. This time, I will care better for my joints. Well, a painkiller. It's empty. There's more of them. They're closing in on the church. Then I guess that's where we have to go, huh? My god. A reverend. Who could kill a holy man? If we are inside the church, there's nowhere left to go. Coventry, Henry Blake. He's praying to the entity, to the smithing god Gwybnu.
Miss Deane! I need to find a way to get her out while she's still alive. It's Mr. Oaf. He seems to still be alive. I can't see a way to open this and get him out.
Now, Walter. No tears now. Not long to go. Mummy will be home soon. Thanks to you. A big, brave boy. This will only hurt a moment. Then Daddy will talk with the floating man and bring you and her back. Then we'll all be together again. One big, happy family. What are you doing here? I won't let you stop this.
You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so you can take over your ancestral home.
Fooled, but I would have all I could ever. Who was restraining me? And where is my son? Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No. I thought. No. I didn't. They were not my. There is no Walter. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy. Taken from me. And Mary. My Mary. She is truly gone. Never coming back. Who would make a man think such things? Have such hope? You're right. I have been fooled. By a relation I did not even know existed. Fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
Get off me, you fool!
How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son. Only to take them from me?
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Doon, and I will be. Isliom, Jonathan.
me nothing!
Whoops. It's resolved. The Marquess could not be saved. Marquess Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost, but he had been tricked into nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted heir Henry Blake, posing as Simon Coventry. It's much older than the vats. Perhaps they're the original locks the Malaysians had to place. Nice pick. This, stop him from proceeding. Only I can stop it now. Okay, that is open. I don't know what that opens.
The Tuatha Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Taltu. After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them. However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Danann went below ground through this here portal. Weavna stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the three Milesian leaders, using their blood. Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia. Until war came to the land once again. Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Gwevna had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still. He just wants to go home to his people.
A pillar with a sigil carved into it. But what is it for? I really hope I'm not killing these two. Broken pillar clearly had sigil carved in it, but I cannot make it out now. These dials, they seem to find kind of a control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform my sigil here. But what sigil? I believe if I open the gate and kill my two people. If I release, then they probably... Mr. Resolve the ritual. I have stopped the ritual.
So... this is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I owe you a drink.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe. Miss Montavani's family were devastated with the news of her death, but at least her last wish had been carried out, and they were set for many comfortable years. Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what. With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet. Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House. Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family. Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world. Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans. With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the New World.
Hey! Look at that!
Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the séance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations. He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel. Miss Callahan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callahan. Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event. Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again. Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Deane and used that power to create a better life for herself. With Miss Callahan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter. Father Sinnott retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of Ireland with his hound, Seamus. Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped. Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls. He kept the name Blake Manor.
I've saved 21 out of 21 people and solved 33 out of 37 mysteries. Oh boy, that was it. Honestly, I'm really surprised. Like, even if I hadn't looked up a hint for Mrs. Joyce and Mr. Dubras, how to get those two together, and of course how to get the key from the stable safe. Like, even that, I would have of course saved 5 people less and subsequently had 5 less mysteries solved, because each person is their own mystery, right? So of course the stats wouldn't be so good, but overall I think I did pretty well on myself, especially after, like, when I was halfway through Saturday and I only had like the 2 people like completed, and not like Mrs. Erickson and Mr. Toussaint, who are basically your tutorial cases. I was like, bro, no way I'm gonna be able to make this. But yeah, I feel like I got around in time, and I think definitely running around and taking stock of people at the start of every fresh hour if you don't know where people are. So going to every room and checking so that you have everyone on the map, and then planning what I want to do. That was helpful. I also eventually passed a good time to search the rooms because they are full of information. And last but not least, eventually you will have to like decide what to interact with and what not. Like, you just can't interact with every item. Like, at the end I did because I had the time and I was looking for a couple of things. But really, that I didn't interact with books or clothes at one point anymore because I was like, okay, these never have information. And stuff like that. It's like, or the stationery, everyone has stationery and can write letters, like almost everyone. But there's never any significant information that comes from it, you know? So eventually there was a couple items that I always skipped to save on time. And of course, when you do that for 20 people, that adds up. That saves you an hour. At least. But yeah, a really cool game. Mad at myself that I didn't find especially the stable code. That is so in your face. I was in that room so many times. I can't comprehend that I never saw that. I feel so dumb. And the Bible thing, I'm like, yeah, I guess I vaguely remember seeing that Bible in the drawing room and not interacting with it simply because I saw no reason. It was just the Bible. And I already knew what the Leviticus piece was about since I checked it in Mr. O'Mara's Bible. Never would have thought that would come bite me in the ass, so I didn't check one random book. After checking most random books was just a waste of time. But yeah. And I'm guessing, I mean, maybe I missed something. Like in regards to Miss Deane's secret notes, of course. Maybe there's a place where you can find that sigil and I missed it. Or you're really expected to just go for that and figure that one out and connect all the dots. Like, make all possible, all connections that are available for each dot and do this. No idea. But yeah, I ended up pretty happy and I enjoyed this game. I played through an entire night to finish this because I was so obsessed with it. I was like, I want to know how this ends and how many people I'm able to save. And I have to say, I did save a decent amount of people. Like, I'm honestly, like, even, like I said, with even taking into account, like, if you discard the 5 people who I only ended up saving because I looked up some notches. Even if you take those out, there was still a bunch of people I figured out myself and really managed to get done, especially on that Sunday. Like, we only had like 5 or 6 people done by the start of Sunday. So I really got a lot done on that day. I'm so happy about that. But yeah, that was this playthrough of the Séance of Blake Manor. I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you again soon on the next game. Bye!